Обращаюсь к гражданам России, к личному составу вооруженных сил, правоохранительных органов и специальных служб.
This brief and somewhat vague statement was made by Andrii Kovalenko, a subordinate official of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council. Apart from this statement, there have been no other official communications from Ukrainian military high command or from President Volodymyr Zelensky's government regarding the offensive that Moscow has reported in its border region. Meanwhile, in the Kursk border region of Russia, local authorities have taken drastic measures. On Wednesday, a state of emergency was declared in response to what they describe as an incursion of Ukrainian troops. This incursion, which apparently began on Tuesday, has led Russian authorities to intensify their efforts to control the situation in this sensitive area. Despite the seriousness of the events, Kyiv's silence on these matters has been notable, limited to the brief and vague statement by Kovalenko. The operational situation remains difficult in the border areas. To address the consequences of the enemy forces' entry, I have decided to declare a state of emergency in the Kursk region starting August 7, announced the regional governor, Alexei Smirnov, via the messaging platform Telegram. This announcement underscores the seriousness of the situation at the border, where tensions have been rising due to Ukrainian forces' incursions into Russian territory. Meanwhile, opinions are divided. Experts, military bloggers, and media outlets have offered divergent interpretations of the possible motivations behind this conflict. Some believe that the Ukrainian actions are a direct response to Russian operations in Ukraine, while others suggest that it could be a strategy to destabilize the Kursk region and provoke a Russian reaction. These varying perspectives reflect the complexity and uncertain nature of the situation, which continues to evolve. The Ukrainian attack, as described by the Kremlin, has sparked considerable debate among experts and analysts about the true scale of the offensive. While some agree with the Russian account regarding the severity of the incident, others remain skeptical and question the accuracy of the reports provided by Moscow. Amidst this controversy, Ukraine's silence has been interpreted in various ways. One possible reading is that Kyiv aims to avoid international claims or displays of triumphalism while the operation continues. At the same time, this silence could be a strategy to withhold credibility from the accusations made by the Russian authorities. On the other hand, the U.S. government has stated that it had no prior knowledge of the Ukrainian attack in the Russian region of Kursk. White House spokesperson Karine Jean-Pierre mentioned that the U.S. administration intends to contact the Kyiv military for more information on the matter. This statement highlights international concern and the need for a better understanding of the ongoing military actions. For his part, Ukrainian presidential advisor Mikhailo Podolyak commented on the attacks at the Russian border via the social media platform X. In his message, Podolyak emphasized the importance of maintaining military pressure on Russia, highlighting that this strategy should include large-scale attacks on military infrastructure located in the border regions. According to Podolyak, these actions are essential for defeating Vladimir Putin and weakening Russian military capabilities in strategic areas close to Ukraine. Regarding the information on what is truly happening in Kursk, there is currently one predominant voice, that of the Russian Ministry of Defense, along with Kremlin-affiliated bloggers. These actors have been the primary sources of reports and updates on the situation. However, Western analytical institutes, such as the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, have shown caution and have not fully endorsed the Russian claims so far. This lack of support indicates uncertainty about the accuracy of the reports coming from Moscow, leaving room for speculation and varying interpretations of the situation in the Kursk region. Amidst this informational fog, the narrative war remains a crucial component of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. According to the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, in its latest update, it could not confirm the accuracy of the statements made by Moscow regarding the offensive in the Kursk region. The institute noted that most of the damage shown in videos by Russian bloggers appears to be the result of routine Ukrainian shelling and does not indicate significant ground activity in the area. This assessment highlights the uncertainty and lack of conclusive evidence regarding the exact nature of the events at the Russian-Ukrainian border. In addition to the uncertainty about the damage, there is also confusion regarding who is responsible for the offensive. According to Russian authorities, the incursion involves regular Ukrainian military forces. If confirmed, this would mark the first time that Ukrainian regular forces are directly involved in such an operation on Russian soil. Additionally, Moscow has indicated that members of the Russian Volunteer Corps, RDK, a pro-Kyiv militia group that has collaborated with the Russian Freedom Legion, LSR, in previous incursions into Russian territory since last year, may also be involved. The potential participation of these groups adds a layer of complexity to the conflict, as both have been active in cross-border operations, escalating tensions in the region. The lack of official confirmation and the multiple versions of the events make the situation remain ambiguous, leaving room for speculation and the spread of conflicting narratives. However, neither the Russian Volunteer Corps, RDK, nor the Russian Freedom Legion, LSR, has claimed responsibility for the action, as they have in previous incursions. This silence is notable, as these groups have typically been quick to take credit for operations on Russian soil in the past. Meanwhile, Russian bloggers, who are often a key source of pro-Kremlin information and propaganda, have widely dismissed the raids, labeling them as fruitless, and describing them as a mere media stunt, according to the Institute for the Study of War, ISW. Despite these dismissals, some experts suggest that the attack might serve a broader strategic purpose. Ukraine may be attempting to divert some Russian forces from the more intense fronts, especially in the Donbas region, where Russian forces have made significant advances. By forcing Russia to redistribute its troops to defend a part of the front line that has largely been inactive since early 2022, Ukraine could be aiming to relieve pressure on areas where the battle is fiercer. Additionally, some observers have highlighted a crucial geostrategic detail. The main gas pipeline still operational in Europe runs near Suja, in the Kursk region. Despite the ongoing war, Ukraine has allowed Russian gas to continue flowing through this vital artery, adhering to a contract that expires at the end of 2024. The proximity of the pipeline to the conflict zone adds an extra layer of risk and complexity, as any disruption to its operation could have significant repercussions not only for Russia and Ukraine but also for Europe's energy supply. This situation illustrates how the war has implications beyond the battlefield, affecting both energy security and geopolitical dynamics in the region. Other speculations have arisen regarding the incursion in the Kursk region, suggesting that one of the possible targets could be the Kursk nuclear power plant. However, this hypothesis seems unlikely due to the plant's location, which is almost 60 kilometers from the border. This distance is considerably greater than what a force of several hundred or even thousands of soldiers could effectively cover in such an incursion. The difficulty of reaching the plant and carrying out a significant operation there makes this theory questionable to many analysts. Another possibility that has been considered is that the attack in the Kursk region may have been launched as a preventive operation in response to a potential Russian military action in the Ukrainian region of Sumy. For several months, authorities in Kyiv, including President Volodymyr Zelensky, have been warning about Moscow's intentions to open a new front in the Sumy region, aiming to establish a direct border connection with Kursk. This move would be a continuation of the Russian offensive in Kharkiv and represent an attempt to expand territorial control in northeastern Ukraine. In its evening report, the Ukrainian General Staff referenced an increase in enemy air activity near the Sumy border. According to the report, Russian forces have intensified their air operations, dropping at least 30 guided bombs in the region. This growing activity could be a sign of preparations for a larger offensive, reinforcing the theory that the attack in Kursk might have been a preventive maneuver by Ukraine to counter an imminent Russian operation. The situation remains tense and fluid, with both sides making strategic moves in a conflict that is unfolding both on the battlefield and in the realm of information and propaganda. In recent hours, Governor Volodymyr Artyuk ordered the evacuation of 23 settlements, totaling 6,000 people. According to Russia, 31 individuals, including 6 children, were injured in the Ukrainian shelling in the Kursk region on Thursday.
Top News. Give it a like and subscribe.